What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Thursday. The All-Star break is finally finished. Thank God there was nothing to watch on TV, some depressing times without the NBA and really no sports that I'm too interested in recently, but we got the NBA back here. Nice little 6-game slate. Got some solid games here tonight to choose from. Very excited about it again. Apologize for no videos recently. Have been really busy. Didn't want to rush any content without really getting in some research and putting out some quality content. Not just going to throw out some videos that I make in like a minute and just expect people to watch them and really enjoy and get anything out of it. So I got my 6 plays here tonight, though, my money 6. So before we get going, if you're excited for the plays to be back, excited to win some money here tonight, spam up that like button. Let's try to get at least 50 likes if we can hit that. Thank you. Hopefully you have a great night here tonight, and let's hop right into it. So first guy up, I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid. His year has been pretty disappointing. Had injuries off and on like always, but the good news here, got a nice long break over the All-Star break. Should be the healthiest he's been in a while, and I think this is a perfect matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. He always dominates this matchup against Jared Allen. Allen's been pretty terrible against centers, like defensively. He just allows a lot of DFS points to centers, a lot of rebounds, and I think Embiid can get a big double-double in this matchup. We know that his usage rate is crazy. If this game does stay close, I think he can have a monster game and a nice price tag at $9,000. With considering his upside of 50 to 60 plus DraftKings points, I think he can have a huge game here tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. Then I'm going to go with Jimmy Butler, a nice pace uptick here in this matchup, and I think Butler could have a better game scoring wise. Like the one thing that's kind of held him back this year, he's been able to fill it up very nicely with rebounds and assists, and also defensive stats have been really good with blocks and steals. The one thing that's held him back is just his scoring hasn't been great, honestly. If you look at his numbers, like he's not shooting very well. 24% from 3 and 45% from the field. So 20 points per game, kind of a little bit down from what you expect out of a guy with Jimmy Butler, his ability. And this matchup, though, against the Atlanta Hawks, very favorable. In 3 games against them, he hasn't even scored that well, surprisingly, and he's still averaging 48 fantasy points per game. So I think he could have a better game scoring here. He should be playing a good amount of minutes. And I think Jimmy Butler can just have a really good game. I mean, the price tag seems pretty favorable at $7,900. I thought he'd be a little bit priced up considering the matchup against the Hawks, just one of the worst defenses and one of the best kind of fantasy situations you can ask for, a matchup against them. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. I want to put him at shooting guard. So there we go. And then we're going to go with DERRICK Rose here at $5,900. He's probably going to be pretty chalky, but he does have some risk. I would say probably more of a GPP play, as he can be off and on in this game. Could definitely turn into a blowout. So definitely some worries there. But I think even if it is a blowout, I think D Rose could do enough in like 25 minutes. I mean, he's not really a guy that needs that many minutes to return value, especially at this price tag of $5,900. I don't think this takes I'm pretty sure it doesn't take into account Reggie Jackson being waived and going to the Clippers. That kind of held him back recently with Reggie Jackson returning to the fold after he came off his injury. But before the injury with Reggie Jackson, if you just look at the numbers that D Rose is having as that main guy, we see a few of the games here, 45, 47, 38, 45. So he was having crazy good games. Coming off a bad game off the injury last time at 1 for 13, but similar to Embiid, got some time to rest up, and he should be a lot healthier here tonight and get some solid minutes at a high usage scorer here tonight in this matchup at $5,900. Definitely some potential, really good value. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. I'm going to go with De'Aaron Fox, another guy in a pace uptick matchup here against the Grizzlies. They played a pretty fast pace. De'Aaron Fox has played very well against them in 2 games. In just 30 minutes per game, he's averaging 24 points per game and 48 DK points on average. So definitely some solid stuff. He's been playing better at home if you take anything into account with that. And I think he can have another good game here. He's been able to fill it up. And like I said, I like De'Aaron Fox in a pace uptick, especially as he's definitely a player that kind of is more in his element in that kind of game where he can kind of go coast to coast, be a little bit more of a presence on the fast break, and show off his speed in that kind of scenario and stuff like that. So it's 7,400. I like him a lot here. His price is down a little bit considering recent salaries. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fourth guy. Then I'm going to go with NUNN here. He's been very disappointing recently, but with the Miami Heat, with Tyler Hero injured, I think NUNN could bounce back here, and if he's scoring a little bit better here, he'll get some extra minutes. I mean, his minutes have been down recently just because he's been shooting so damn bad. But against the Hawks, you'd expect him to have some easier looks at the basket, and maybe another narrative is that the break kind of let him kind of refine his shot, hopefully, in practice and all that good stuff. So 4,900. Good value considering this guy's upside. He's definitely a capable scorer as we've seen this year. He's had some big-time performances, so I think he could be a 30, maybe more of a GPP play again here as he has been up and down. He does kind of rely on scoring a decent amount, but I think in a high-scoring game here with the Miami Heat, just more potential points in this game and a faster-paced game, worse defense against the Hawks, I think he could be a good value with everything said and done. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fifth guy. I'm going to go with an obvious plug and play with the injuries on the Chicago Bulls. At 3,000 here, you got Hutchinson hurt. He's out for tonight. Chris Dunn out. So the Bulls really banged up, and I think Harrison should step in here. I would assume him to start in this game, and if he does start, he should get at least 20 minutes, you would imagine. The Bulls' rotation is very weird, though. They do have it's pretty unpredictable minutes sometimes with their rotation, but with just how banged up they are at the forward position, I don't expect too many minutes to be taken away from him. So at 3,000 here, he can easily return like 7 times value at this price tag. So I think a definite plug and play, assuming he gets to start. You never know with the Bulls, but at 3,000, keep an eye on their starting lineup. Probably be pretty chalky as a plug and play, but I think if he does get the start and he returns a ton of value, then you're just going to be losing money if you don't play him. So especially in cash games, maybe if you want to be a little bit contrarian and fade him and hopefully he doesn't do anything, you can do that as well. But those are the plays for the money six. He's still got $59.50 remaining per player, so definitely doable to fill out. With those guys in mind, so you got D Rose, Butler, Harrison, EMBIID, Fox, and NUNN. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're glad that I actually am recording a video for a rarity recently, but good luck here tonight. Drop a like in the video if you did. Like I said, over 50 likes is the goal. Appreciate all the support. Hit the subscribe button if you want to continue to get these videos going forward. You can follow me on Twitter at MoneyWebby if I have to update any play, as NBA injury reports are extremely unreliable until like an hour before lock. But good luck. We'll see you back here again next time.